Hey folks, Florida Trailblazer here, and I am checking in today at Hontoon Island State Park in Central Florida. And before I hit the trail here that takes you out to ancient Native American Indian mound, I stopped in here in this museum at the front of the park where you can see some of the artifacts on display here and exhibits, things that they found here from the early inhabitants of the park. Right now, you're looking at the sign as you walk in the door here, and it shows you a map, tells you a little bit about the park area. As you can see right there from the map, it's pretty much an island. And on this island here, you can see there's some trails, things like that. But as you come into the museum here, you walk around, you see some displays. It shows you some bones from animals and things that are found here. Looks like right there's a manatee skull from nearby St. John's River. Up here's some different birds' nest, skull. There's a deer skull, and there's an alligator hide. That's really amazing. There's the skull, alligator skull there. As you walk around here, it shows you a sign here, changing landscape. The park has been relatively undeveloped, and it shows you these neat pictures. It's really neat to see. 1943, we are right here right now on this island, and as you can see, there's nothing around it. 1981, still the same, pretty much. 1999, pretty much the same there. The only difference I see is over in this area, a lot more development. And as you come here, history of Hontoon Island, it gives you a nice timeline of everything that's gone on here over the centuries. What's also neat is they actually excavated a owl totem pole from this park at one time, a long time ago. And they have a replica here of it. The original totem poles are now in museums. But here you can see a replica. I'll show you that in a second. But here's the original one in a photo. It's called the owl totem. There's a picture of the Clarence Moore standing at the shell mound here on Hontoon Island. And when you read the timeline, it talks about the most earliest inhabitants were hunters and gatherers here between 12,000 and 9,000 years ago. And then it takes down the timeline, talks about the Native Americans, the Timucuan Indians that lived here, all the way up until the conquistadors, the first European contacts. It's really amazing. You learn a lot of history when you come here. There's a cow skull, an old boat propeller. Some more signs. It talks about the watershed, the ecosystem here. And here's a neat display. It has some tools and artifacts from the Timucuan Indians and the natives that lived here. They lived here up until about 1763. Many villages. And it shows you an old boat or a canoe. It's actually an old tree log that's carved out. And that's how they got around the river. So they actually have one here that was found. And you can see that. Here's the replica, one of the replica totem poles. It's in the case here. Let's see if we can go around and get a better view of it. And over here is a replica of the shell mound that shows you how they are and different arrowheads and artifacts that were found here. Amazing. Here's a display that shows you the floodplain forest. Talks about the ecosystem that we're in here. Shows you some of the animals you might find. Pretty amazing, folks, when you come here to Hontoon Island State Park. You learn a lot about history in this neat museum, and you get to actually go out, enjoy the river and the island trails, and go out and visit the shell mound. So thought I'd check in here in this museum and show you some of the history here. Thanks for watching.